Alright, taking off to Big Apple today. Cannabis, weed, marijuana is legalized here in America. Alright, so here we are at the Daily Green Times Square, and you get all sorts of stuff here. Gummies. Your vapes. Cannabis oil. This is where you order. There was a huge range of products, different strains of flower with pretty cool names and varying THC levels, along with hash, concentrates and gummies. It was interesting to see just how varied New York's legal cannabis market has become. While I'm here in New York, I'm gonna visit this place and grab a coffee. Alright, just never really watched the show, but I guess I better take a video of it as part of my New York trip. Food is very expensive here. I've just got a bagel, which is very New York, and a cappuccino. So here I am.
The thing is, I just like my duck. I get to meet different people.
Oh, you're good.
We're getting tickets
I get
for
to conversate. I can talk to them.
ferry to go around.
That's why I really like it. It's not really about the money.
Hey guys, welcome all the way. Keep stepping in. Welcome aboard. Welcome guys. Welcome.
Liberty, New York.
Okay, so we're on a cruise here.
And you'll be riding with us
This
for
is,
90
what's your name?
90.
I'm Destiny.
My name
And
is
you're
Brian. I'll be your
from-
guide.
I am originally from
The
Memphis, Tennessee, and I
captain is
reside in
Dylan.
Dallas,
Dylan is the
Texas.
captain.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Did you want to tell us about your study you're doing?
absolutely. So I am creating I'm currently working on my dissertation for
Now,
a
what
doctorate of
happens here on
education,
the
and my
Jersey
study
side,
is about
we are moving
the
from
Queen
one
Bee
town to
syndrome and
another.
how it disproportionately affects aspects of Black women within organizations. So I'm studying within the education space, nonprofit corporations, and even the medical field. And it essentially highlights and researches the reason why systemic racism and misogyny plays a part in how women of color perceive other women of color in their space, specifically when they are younger, by 10, 20, sometimes even 30 years. And they believe, whether it is conscious or unconsciously, that because they struggled on their way up, they need to inflict that same struggle upon another woman of color in order for her to rise, or sometimes even prevent her from rising as a whole.
तो आप आराम से चल सकते हो ये वैसे
So Nick was planning to film some content in front of it, but it's a touristy spot. So we're here in Wall Street in front of the New York Stock Exchange.
And historically, the combination of higher oil, high yields and expensive equities doesn't tend to remain stable, certainly not forever. Right now, markets still believe AI-driven growth can essentially certainly not.
While my husband filmed his financial updates, I found my own entertainment outside Trump Tower. Old Don, or at least his impersonator, posing with some tourists. You gotta love New York. So just waiting for a sushi roll to be made. So I'm learning about how to tip in this country.
Hey Graham, it's Nick here.
I had a tip in here, but I was filming the truck. Alright, we're in Canal Street. Just got off the highway. So here we are. Lots of street vendors. Hang on. Alright, so I'm not sure if I should get that shirt or it's a little bit offensive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No.
Lots of roast duck places. Produce is pretty good here in New York. Always an ambulance, always police siren. Heaps of police everywhere actually. So, some durian. Actually the fruit is about the same. They go by pounds here. Whereas in Australia it's kilos.
Well done.
Looks like this is a famous street that everyone gets photographed in. So. Here in Brooklyn is Dumbo, home to Gleason's Gym, which is America's oldest active boxing gym. Founded in the Bronx in 1937, it moved here in 1987. Boxing legends Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Jake LaMotta and Roberto Duran all trained under this roof. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Let's buy more burgers. Pasta. Can't escape carbs. Alright, so So I finally found a salad place. No pizza and no burgers, no sauce, thank God. But everything is super sized. So leaving Dumbo behind, I headed down to the ferry and crossed the East River towards Manhattan. There's something special about seeing New York from the water. The bridges, the waterfront, and that incredible skyline slowly opening up in front of you. It's a completely different perspective of the city. From the Wall Street Pier, it's just a short walk to the 9/11 Memorial, where two enormous reflecting pools now mark the footprints of the Twin Towers.
Welcome to Rockefeller Center, here in the heart of Manhattan, home to global broadcasting, commerce, and entertainment. It all began right here, almost 100 years ago.
New York, Dateline 1928. Newsflash. The Metropolitan Opera and businessman John D. Rockefeller Jr. have announced plans to build a magnificent new opera house right here in the heart of Manhattan.
Dateline, October 29th, 1929. The financial world is reeling as the stock market crashes.
Plans to build a new opera house quickly evaporate as money, jobs, and hope are suddenly in short supply.
So I'm heading up to upper decks, level 2 and 3. There's the iconic photos up there. No, it's almost 100 years old, this building. That's the famous beam shot, not actually hanging off the top. Okay, so that's how they do it. That's it. You can take the subway straight to Roosevelt Island. And from the station, it's a beautiful walk across the island to the ruins of the old smallpox hospital. Smallpox was one of history's deadliest diseases, killing around 300 million people in the 20th century alone. Around 1 in 3 people infected would die. It wasn't until a worldwide vaccination campaign that smallpox was finally eradicated in 1980. I still have my vaccination scar, which is just a little reminder of how far we've come. Found out there's like a tram, because I saw it as I was walking. Alright, so pretty easy. Tram rides, and it's the cost of a normal train. You just tap on with your, I tapped on with my my travel card. Should be about $3 for the trip. So pretty easy to get around as a female traveller. Yeah, so I strongly recommend it. New York is pretty easy to get around. I got lost a few times, but... Okay, so we've hit Central Park. So we got local baseball games. Right, so I'm heading into the Met right now. They had a thing on yesterday, that big it's an incredible building, stunning. So just checking it out. Some cool shops around here, so they've got shop. This is interesting. It's the first women-owned legal and licensed dispensary in New York. Okay. Alright, so eating another salmon bagel Saturday morning. We have coffee from next door. So anyway, so this is what most New York bars look like. They're quite long. They're very narrow. Yeah, they're almost like hidden, aren't they? Anyway, I'm gonna pizza. I've been here a few times, so I thought I'll just put it into a video. And of course, we're gonna eat pizza. And pizza that's Rockefeller. We are in New York, and it seems to be Okay, so I'm at the Carnegie Diner and Cafe. Meant to eat the pastrami sandwich. So here goes. Half pound of corned beef and a half pound of navel wagyu pastrami. That's like 4 meals for the whole day for me. Pastrami, so not as bad as what was on that menu. And I've got a couple of sauces here. After a serious pastrami sandwich at Carnegie Diner, I headed downtown for dinner at Il Tonello, a classic old-school Italian restaurant, and the perfect way to end a long day pounding the pavement in New York. With New York behind me, it was time to hit the road. Around 11 p.m, Times Square was still buzzing. Mexican flags flying from cars, music blasting into the night. I'd booked a 24-hour coach trip to Niagara Falls, a long journey, but one that would take me far beyond the streets of Manhattan and into a completely different side of North America. Alright, so not sure what that was. So going down Street 7th Street we're in.
Hey yo, what up? Welcome to New York. Eat like the people's out on YouTube.
Alright, so heading to Niagara Falls today. Nick's working, so I'm by myself. We left last night at 11 on that bus, and it was a pretty smooth ride. Cost me $220 Australian dollars, 160 US. So at the moment, the exchange rate for Australian dollars is pretty good. Yeah, so if you're ever thinking of heading there, it's yeah, really enjoyed it. So not the best weather, but anyway, we'll see. I'm supposed to go on a boat today, so not sure how it's going to be. So that's a bus. Okay, so this is the inside of the bus. Very comfy. I'm sitting there. That's the toilet. Very comfy. Alright, so we arrived in Niagara Falls in the US side. We're on the border of Canada and the state of New York. Okay, so in movies, people go falling off the edge there, and somehow they survive. That's just rubbish, because if you can see how powerful the water is, there's no way you'd make it off that. Seriously. Standing at Niagara Falls, it's incredible to think this water helped change the modern world. Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse found a way to harness the fall's immense power using alternating current. And here sits Tesla, overlooking the very place that helped power the future. Seems to be quite curious. Right, so the tour guide said not to go near the squirrels because they bite you and attack you, so I'm running away. Alright, so if we cross over that rainbow bridge, we'll be in another country, over to Canada. Okay. Okay, so the boat that we're going on is called Made of the Mist Boat Tour. So it's just an extra $30 US to go on this. Goes right near the waterfall. Alright, we're getting our ponchos, thank you.
To your left, you'll see the American Falls. It is 180 feet deep, or about 55 meters.
The tour. It's like, I suppose it's like a grocery store, but you've got some really cool food carts. You can choose salads. You can choose hot meals, but it goes by weight. So I might do that. You create your own. Okay, so pizzas are $5 a slice. Okay, I found sashimi, my favourite. Haven't been able to find it in around Times Square or in the city. So we're close to the waterfalls here, Niagara Falls, yeah, and fresh produce.